since I've been invested for a little over more than a year. Since that time, Apple stock has gone up over 100%. So I guess what I wanted to discuss was what the future of Apple
Virtue
stock going to be
apples.
like. Yeah, because some people say it's due for a correction maybe because it's gone up so fast.
For Apple, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I'm looking at Apple and thinking, geez, these guys know what they're doing. In November, they released the MacBook Pro 16-inch, which comes in at a price of 2400. This thing sells crazy, and they updated the features. They brought a lot of things back. So they brought back a better keyboard, touch bar. They made the screen larger, and a lot of people are huge fans of this. They're expected to bring that onto the smaller MacBook Pro, which is going to be significantly cheaper than that 2400 model. And I think that's going to sell a ridiculous amount of computers.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I think, and they're also setting out to, I think there's also prediction that they're going to be selling a new iPhone SE. So you remember when they released that iPhone SE like a while ago, and it just kind of looked like an iPhone 5S?
Yeah.
But it had the updated features and that. They're expected to release that. So honestly, I'm looking and thinking they're going to do a good job.
Well, those are good points too.
Right.
And I think they've positioned themselves well too because they haven't even released a phone with 5G, right? They haven't even started that cycle.
No.
So that's still upcoming, and there's going to be a lot of hype around that. And then their stock is still rising despite the trade war, which isn't very good for their company. So you have to think when the trade war is resolved and the 5G cycle starts, there's still some growth left.
Maybe if this coronavirus I feel like the coronavirus is really affecting them. I feel though, because they got
I think that was mentioned.
Almost all the products are made in China.
Yeah, actually, they did mention in the earnings report that that the guidance might be lowered for next quarter because of the virus.
Right. Yeah.
So it is impacting them.
Hopefully, they can come up, or they can. Some of the medical companies can come up with a cure for that eventually, or a vaccine for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, did any of these surprise you at all?
iPhone going. I really just don't understand why they missed expectations on services because that's supposed to be the big thing. They had that whole transition from where investors stopped viewing Apple as the hardware company and they started viewing them as a software company,
right? With
all these services. So I don't know. You think it'd be growing faster, but
honestly, I wasn't surprised.
I don't think the future is with iPhones.
This
Apple.
Is really.
It's all services. The iPhone's still going to be around.
I mean, since they've released the iPhone, it's been their biggest. It's been their most profitable thing. I think, yeah, it might become that, but also to an extent, I kind of understood why services went down though, because no one really talks about Apple TV. I feel that was a complete miss. I feel.
I don't even understand the point of Apple TV. It doesn't really compete against Netflix.
No, because here's the thing: Netflix has what Netflix did, right? They started streaming other movies, but in order to be more profitable, they created their own special TV shows, right? Mm-hmm. Apple TV is just Apple shows. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just Apple made shows. Yeah. So unless you really want to look at just the Apple shows, which you probably won't have.
What credibility does Apple have in the TV show making industry?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like no one's ever seen an Apple TV show unless they have Apple TV. So how are they expected? Like, I've seen the ads for it, but I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna start the subscription to see what it's like. I got Netflix because I want to replace cable. Right, I got Hulu because I want to replace cable. So in order to replace cable, and I want to stream all these shows, you get Hulu.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Because it has all the different TV. What do you mean?
I get the Hulu point. I get the Netflix point. Yeah. I don't get what Apple TV is.
Yeah, no, that was something I didn't understand either. And I think another thing is Spotify's looking really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why Apple Music probably got the hit. Because this probably isn't as big of a thing, but Jay-Z for his 50th birthday released all his music from Apple Music onto Spotify. And Jay-Z is one of those huge artists. He's like one of the biggest artists. I remember for a time being, I think I had it for Apple Music for a couple months. Like I wasn't paying anything for it. I think it was like a subscription. A trial, whatever. And then as soon as Jay-Z posted it was on his birthday, completely got rid of it. Like, didn't really need it other than, okay, yeah, I want to tell Siri to play some songs or something, but I mean, Spotify now has Jay-Z on it. And a lot of the smart assistants, Google Smart Assistant, I think Alexa as well, they use Spotify, not Apple Music. So
I mean, it definitely is I'm going to stay invested in it because, you know, even if their profits start stabilizing kind of, maybe it's not experiencing amazing growth, you have to think that they still really haven't raised their dividend too much. That's got a lot to rise.
Yeah.
And they still have $200 billion in cash on hand.
Oh, yeah. No, I could. What if they just dropped it right now and just bought Disney or some craziness like that?
I'd be happy. Or they bought me a little something.
Got you a new iPhone for shareholders.
Yeah. I'd be down.
But yeah, no, Apple is just one of those companies that I just don't see them falling off anytime soon.